Good morning. Mincha today will be at 5:35. There's a late Marv at 8. Tomorrow morning we'll be davening at 6:10. Unlike what it says in what's happening, we're davening at 6:10. Now for a very quick Devar Torah. One of the things in this week's Parsha is we get into some of the things happening in the Mishkan. The idea of the showbread, which was not leavened. So the question is, why isn't it leavened? Well, there's two reasons. One is so that on Pesach we could use it. Okay, that's a very logical thing. But another reason, remember that one of the things that's going on here is the Torah is getting the Jews, getting Egypt out of the Jews. Always remember, this is a theme. One of the problems that we have with people who are freed from slavery is they adopt the culture of the slavers. Okay, classic example was many of the freedmen of the South before the Civil War took slaves. There are approximately 50,000 slaves in the antebellum South who were owned by freedmen because they just considered it normal. It didn't occur to them that something's wrong here, you know, and that when they sent freedmen to Africa, to Liberia, what did they do? They set it up. They actually set up a slave society with plantations. So we forget that this was the culture they knew. The Jews had just left Egypt. The culture they knew was the Egyptian culture. Egypt was the place where they invented leaven, believe it or not. So by rejecting leaven, they're rejecting Egyptian society. And Hashem is saying, we're making a break here. The Torah is saying, we're making a break here. You are not to go back to that society, not physically and not spiritually. We're going into a new path. And that's why the Torah is insistent of a lot of little things that we don't see, but it's to break the habits of what the Jews had learned in Egypt. We should not learn from Egypt. One of the reasons for the mitzvah not to go back to Egypt isn't so much not to go back to Egypt physically, but not to go back to it spiritually. Something to think about. Kaddish Rabbanim.